In India, many people, what they are trying is to do an IPL of whatever sports. And you must think that maybe there are sports that the league format is not the best for them.
Right. In India, you've chosen Facebook for your streaming, as your streaming partner. What made you choose the social media platform instead of a sports streaming app?
First thing you need to understand is the main source of revenue
Right.
of any sports property is the broadcast rights. So commercial will be always a key point in the decision making.
Right.
So second, in this change, when the way on which sports are consumed by the fans, the way they are watching the games, it makes quite sense to explore an option such as Facebook.
Right. So La Liga is huge across Europe, other countries. What kind of a brand affinity have you been able to build in India?
Well, La Liga is huge in India too.
Now it is. Yeah,
yes,
so
it is. I mean, football is huge in India.
In India,
La Liga, do not forget that La Liga is the sum of the clubs. La Liga is a clubs association. So here La Liga is also Atletico de Madrid, it's also Real Madrid, it's also Barcelona, it's also Sevilla, it's also Valencia.
Right.
So Spanish football, it's big in India in terms of football, and so La Liga is big. But we need to keep working, bringing our brand closer to the Indian fans, and also to get closer to the Indian fans, other clubs, other experiences, other view of our
also,
sport.
football is big in India if you see in terms of number, but it is not as big as other sports. So there's still a huge growth potential. So how do you plan to tap the Indian market?
Well, the only sport that's bigger than football in India is cricket.
Yeah.
I
So,
mean,
but there's
in terms of TV audience, that's the truth. And in terms of digital following, that's the truth. That means that we have cricket in our side? Absolutely not. No, cricket is a totally different level.
Right.
So you are right that there is room for growth.
Yeah.
So basically, our job is to try to set the basis for that growth.
Because also you have to create a new market for the game itself, not only for La Liga but for the game itself, because you're leading it.
Well, yes and no. I mean, if you are talking that is the second most watched sport on Indian TV, that market is there already.
Yeah.
So yes, we have to increase it, but and also we are interested in the growing of the game. No, and the logic is quite easy. The most people are football fans in India. The most of them will want to watch the best. And we are confident that the best are with us.
Of course.
So that's the logic. So in a sense, yes. Basically, if we promote La Liga, if we promote our clubs, we promote also football as well. So it's the synergies are there.
Right. So what has your India marketing strategy been?
Well, any market strategy, it has to be an all-around approach. I mean, a 360 approach. I mean, we cannot hide that digital is central to our strategy.
Right.
No, I mean, our growth had been massive in the last 3 years. We went from having just 300,000 followers to almost 4 million now. So that's an expression of that. But digital alone is not enough.
Right.
So we are working closely with our PR agency. So the fact that we are here is part of our strategy.
Yeah,
no, I am talking to you is part of our strategy.
Right.
I mean, all of this has to be linked to get closer to the fan for every means possible. Digital, where you can interact then on daily basis, doing big fan events like the classic events that up to 20,000 show up for watching the big game. Also, we are launching, in cooperation with a local partner, a schools network that in the first year we are working in 14 cities with 30 centers. So it's basically you have to work digital, non-digital.
Right. So what is your one advice for sports marketers, marketing people who want to build a sports brand?
Well, first they have to have quite in clear if that sport has chances of connecting to the fan, and do not forget the characteristics of each sport.
Right.
Okay. I have seen that in India, many people, what they are trying is to do an IPL of whatever sports. And
Right.
they must think that maybe there are sports that the league format is not the best for them.
Right. For every sport that we have an IPL-like league now.
Exactly. So, but maybe you must think that if you want to, for your sport, that's not the model. That maybe there's other models where you can get easier to the fan and make a better business.
Right. So Delhi could be a bit harsh for expats. How are you liking the city?
Well, I should confess that I have friends that probably were sent to my job. They will go back to Madrid in the first flight. No, not my case. I am enjoying India. No, I love being here. You had to have certain stamina to the lack of certain commodities, but I am enjoying it. I mean, one thing I love of India, other than the food, other than the history, the culture, is that, as I said, there's no one India, there's many Indias. So you discover something new, either small or big, every day, and I love that.